Her seat was blocked, her space invaded, and a stranger's bare foot tapped against her armrest. But when Imani Blake calmly asked the white woman to move, she got hit with the words that can cut deeper than a slap. People like you don't belong in first class. What happened next silenced the entire cabin. The hum of the engines was steady, almost soothing, until Imani Blake realized she couldn't even sit down. Her first-class seat, 3A, was half consumed by a bulky canvas tote, stuffed so full its zipper looked ready to burst. On the armrest, a pale bare foot lazily tapping as if it owned the space. Imani's voice was calm, but every syllable carried weight. You'll need to move your bag and your feet. The woman in the seat ahead turned slowly. Beige cardigan, pursed lips, a smile that never reached her eyes. Oh, sweetie, this is my space. Why don't you ask the flight attendant to find you another seat? Imani didn't move, didn't blink. Her dark curls were tied back neatly, her glasses reflecting the soft cabin lights. The bag dug into her thigh, but she didn't flinch. Around them, a few passengers looked up, then quickly looked away. I'm asking you once, Imani said evenly. The woman leaned back just far enough to let her perfume drift into Imani's face. Her voice dropped low enough for nearby rows to hear. People like you don't belong in first class. The words landed like a blade. The man across the aisle shifted uncomfortably. A woman 2 rows up froze mid-sip of champagne. Imani's gaze didn't flicker to the insult. It moved instead to the black dome above the overhead bin. Cabin security camera, she simply said. Noted. The tote pressed harder against her hip. The foot slid further up the armrest. Careful, the woman said, her tone sharp under the fake sweetness. Wouldn't want my bag to get dirty. A flight attendant in perfect red lipstick arrived, smiling tightly. Is everything okay here, ladies? The cardigan woman was ready. She's the problem, she announced, jabbing a manicured finger toward Imani. She's been giving me looks, making me uncomfortable since I sat down. I just asked her to keep her belongings in her own space. Imani replied, steady as stone. Some people don't understand boundaries. The woman said, leaning on that last word like it was law. Imani met her gaze. The rules say your items go under the seat in front of you. The woman's smile faltered for a heartbeat, then snapped back, and I say she stopped. Imani's attention had shifted past her. Down the aisle came Captain Daniel Brooks, moving with the quiet authority that made passengers instinctively straighten in their seats. His uniform was flawless, silver bars gleaming. Is there a problem here? His voice was calm, but carried enough weight to still the whispers. Yes, the woman jumped in. This passenger has been aggressive toward me since boarding. I feel unsafe, Captain, Imani said clearly. I'd like you to review the cabin security footage from the last 15 minutes. The cardigan woman chuckled, shaking her head. Oh, please, what footage? From behind Brooks, the lead flight attendant, Carla, stepped forward with a slim tablet. Brooks didn't take his eyes off the woman as he tapped the screen. The footage played in silence, the shove of the tote, the foot propped on Imani's armrest, the lean in to whisper. Brooks rewound, switched on the audio. Through the cabin speakers came the voice, people like you don't belong in first class. Passengers shifted in their seats. The man in 3C lowered his phone. Someone else whispered, wow. Brooks closed the tablet with deliberate calm. Mrs. Rail, he said, please collect your belongings. Her voice pitched higher. You can't just TSA officers are waiting at the gate, he said, already signaling to Carla. The woman's eyes darted down the aisle. Searching for a friendly face, none appeared. Phones that had been ready to film were now held low, waiting to see what came next. This is ridiculous, she snapped. You don't know who I am. Imani rose slowly, smoothing the front of her navy blouse. Her tone didn't rise, but the shift in the cabin was immediate. Actually, she said, I do. She reached into her tote, pulled out a slim black wallet and flipped it open. The gold letters catching the cabin light. Special Agent, Federal Bureau of Investigation. A ripple of shock swept the cabin. You've been under investigation for months. Mrs. Rail, Imani said. Today, you made it a lot easier to finish the job. The woman's mouth opened, then closed. Her bravado cracked. This is harassment, she tried again, louder now, as if volume could undo the moment. No, Imani replied, sliding her credentials away. This is accountability. The aisle stretched ahead like a runway to judgment as Patricia Rail was guided forward, clutching her tote like a lifeline at the open door. Sunlight poured in from the jet bridge. 2 TSA officers stood waiting, calm but immovable. She paused at the threshold, turning as if expecting someone to defend her. The cabin stayed silent. Brooks handed over a smaller bag she'd left behind. You'll need this, he said simply. The officers stepped forward. In seconds, she was gone. Brooks turned back to the cabin. Thank you for your patience. Folks, we'll be underway shortly. His eyes found Imani's for a brief moment. A silent acknowledgement. Imani sat again, buckled her seatbelt. The man across the aisle leaned toward her. "You handled that well," she gave a faint smile. "Just making sure the next person doesn't have to buy a ticket to be treated like a human being." Outside, the ground crew pushed the plane back. Engines roared to life. The silence in the cabin wasn't tense anymore. It was the kind that listens. If this takedown gave you chills, smash like, hit subscribe, and share this story so the world hears it. Drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. Let's see how far this message of justice can